welcome to Deep Chill Yoga. Here we are back in the Zen Den. So we'll just begin actually in a comfortable seat. Beginning to connect with the breath. Bringing our attention inward. Connecting with that place deep inside of us. That magic, that essence, that beauty and joy that is who you are and what you are. So just resting in that place. And as we begin our practice this evening, I'm just going to read a quote to you. It's a quote that I haven't seen for a long time. And it's a quote that I first heard when I first did my yoga training. It's by Eric Schiffman. And Eric Schiffman says, "Yoga is a way of moving into stillness in order to experience the truth of who you are. It is a matter of listening inward for guidance all the time, and then daring enough and trusting enough to do as you are prompted to do." I'll read that to you one more time. So you can just close your eyes and listen to Eric Schiffman. Yoga is a way of moving into stillness in order to experience the truth of who you are. It is a matter of listening inward for guidance all the time, and then daring enough and trusting enough to do as you are prompted to do. So we'll just allow that to sit with us for a few moments. The notions of moving into stillness and listening inward for guidance, and then being bold enough, daring enough, trusting enough to execute the action. And then slowly, we're going to come down onto our mats. We're going to lay So with the hands underneath the shoulders and the elbows close to the ribs, pressing the pubic bone down into the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower the head. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then just pressing into the hands. We're going to come back to child's pose. Bringing the sit bones down towards the heels. And if you wish to, you can bring a cushion and place that underneath your sit bones. Gives you a little bit of support. Dropping the head down. Inhale, slowly coming up. And we're just going to walk the hands over to the left side of the mat. Left hand is down, taking the right hand, placing it on top of the left hand, and then slowly bringing the head down, just stretching all the way down the right side of the body. Smooth and steady breaths through the nose. And then inhale, lifting the head, walking the hands all the way over to the other side, taking that left arm all the way over, taking the right hand on top of the left, gently coming down. Inhale, lifting the head, bringing the hands forward, and then gently rolling all the way up. We're going to come into a comfortable seat, keeping the legs crossed. So bringing the hands down onto the knees, just resting the hands, and then we'll just do some gentle circles, so circling in a clockwise direction. Just waking up, stretching the body, especially if you've been, a lot of people these days are having to work from home, sitting at a computer. So it's just really nice to take some time to connect with the body and move. And then changing direction. So slowly, moving as slow or as fast as you like. And then we're going to do some seated cat-cows. So we're going to curve the spine, roll the chest forward, open up the heart and the chest. And then as we exhale, we're curving the spine, bringing the belly button back towards the spine. So I'll show you what that looks like. Inhale, roll forward, open up the chest. Exhale, curve the spine, and then bring the belly button back, all the way back, curving the spine. In. In. All the way to center. We'll just remove the cushion. Actually, we'll bring one cushion. We're going to use 2 cushions. And you can place the cushions underneath the knees if you wish to. You don't have to. I'm just going to come back. And then bringing the soles of the feet together, bringing the hands around the feet. We're just going to bring the elbows to the inside of the legs. And we're going to use the elbows to press the legs down. Inhale. Exhale, pressing down into the elbows. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, we're going to curve the spine. We're just going to bring the head down towards the floor. So if you've just joined us, this is a slow evening vinyasa. It's not really even vinyasa, it's just a very slow, deep, chilled kind of stretching class. Hey, it's Patricia Piper. Hi, Patricia Piper. Patricia's in America. Following the breath, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. And then inhale, slowly coming all the way out. We're going to extend the legs out in front of us. Flexing the toes. I'm going to turn on my sideways so you can see a bit better. That doesn't help. So the toes are flexed. As they're coming back towards the body. So pressing the legs down into the floor, flexing the toes. We're just going to lift the sit bones. No, we're lifting the fleshy parts. So we're coming onto the sit bones. Inhale, reach the arms. And then we're going to hinge from the hips. So rather than curve, we want to lift, hinge from the hips and reach forward. Either wrapping the hands around the feet or resting them on the shins. But more importantly, pressing the legs down into the floor. Flexing the toes, inhale, exhale. Smooth and steady breaths, pressing the legs down. And then using the breath, so we inhale, create space, expand. And as you exhale, exhale, folding over the legs. Inhale, exhale, fold. And then inhale, slowly coming all the way up. We're going to bend the right knee, bring the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left leg. We want the right knee coming down towards the floor. Pressing the right knee down into the floor, flexing the toes of the left foot. Inhale. And then exhale once again, hinging at the hips, reaching forward, wrapping the hands around the foot or resting the hands on the leg. Inhale. Exhale, fold over the left leg. Inhale. Exhale. Pressing the left leg into the floor. Inhale, exhale. And then inhale, slowly rolling all the way up. And we're going to switch sides, so extending the right leg down the mat, pressing that right leg into the floor, taking the left foot, placing it on the inside of the right leg. Hola Maria, hello Maria. And then pressing the right leg down into the floor, flexing the toes. Once again, we're going to inhale, lift the arms. And then hinging from the hips as we exhale, fold forward over the front leg, bringing the hands down or bringing them around the foot. Smooth and steady breaths. Breathing into the tension, pressing the right leg down into the floor. Inhale. Using the breath and the heat in the body. Inhale. Keep breathing, folding into the posture. Bringing that left knee down towards the floor. And then inhale, slowly coming all the way up. Extending the left leg out. We're going to come down onto our backs. And then if it feels nice, just hugging the knees into the chest. And then maybe circling the ankles in one direction. And then changing direction. Or maybe rocking to the left and to the right, if that feels nice on your lower back. And then we bring the right foot down to the floor. We're going to take the left leg across the right knee, opening up that left knee, pressing the left knee away from us. The right hand comes down onto the right hip, pressing away that left knee. Just make sure that your ankle bone isn't pressing into your right thigh, so bring that foot over a little. Flex the toes, pressing through the heel. If you've just come on to this live and you think, oh, maybe I'd like to try the class, then it will be on my page afterwards, and I'll share it on my yoga page so you can catch it anytime. It's Tuesday night's deep chill yoga class. Following your breath, feeling that connection to your breath. As we move into stillness, as Eric Schiffman says, and listening inward. And then releasing the left hand and the right hand. We're just going to bring the left foot down to the floor on the right side of the body. So bringing both legs over to the right, bringing the left foot down. That right knee is still up towards the ceiling. Extending the left arm out to the side, keeping the left shoulder on the floor. Right arm comes all the way up. And turning the head in the direction of the left hand. It should feel like a really lovely twist. We're going to take a few breaths here, and then you'll have the option of adding on to the pose if you wish to, getting a little deeper. So if there's a part of your body right now that's feeling tension, if you feel like, oh, that feels tight, maybe it's the kind of psoas, maybe it's the top of the glute on the left side, or maybe it's the lower back that's being stretched out. Just breathe into that space. So breathe in through the nose, travel the oxygen and the breath. If you need to kind of shuffle to take hold of the foot and then come back, by all means do. And then we're just going to squeeze the right foot in towards the glute. It should feel really nice. Down the front part of the right thigh, down the quadricep. Stretching it out. Still keeping that left shoulder on the floor and turning the head in the direction of where that left hand was. You should feel the twist all the way down from the right shoulder down across to the left hip. Left shoulder down to the left hip and over. And then releasing the left hand, walking that right foot down and slowly bringing both knees up towards the ceiling. Lifting the left leg, bringing the left foot down, and we're just going to switch sides. So lift the right leg, bring that right leg across the left thigh, flexing the toes, making sure that the ankle bone is not pressing into the left thigh. And then taking the left hand on the left hip, right hand onto the right thigh and pressing away the right thigh. Small of the back is pressed down into the floor. Smooth and steady breaths through the nose. Finding stillness. Smooth and steady breaths. And then releasing the right hand and the left hand. And slowly bringing the right foot down to the floor, down to the left side of the body. Right knee is up towards the sky. And we'll just stay here for a few breaths. Sinking into this pose. Keeping the right shoulder on the floor. And then if you wish to, beginning to walk that left foot up towards the glute, bring the right hand down, take hold of the foot and press the foot in towards the glute. Right shoulder on the floor. Breathing to any parts where you feel tension. And then releasing, right hand walking the left foot down, slowly bringing both knees up towards the sky, coming onto your backs. And then removing the right foot, bringing the right foot down. We'll just hug the knees one more time before we come up. Rocking to the left and to the right, massaging that lower back. And then either it's up to you whether you want to bring the hands underneath the knees and slowly rock up to a comfortable seat, or you can just roll over, making your way up. In fact, we're going to come back down actually. We're going to bring the cushions on the knees. So how before when we came into balanceBecause, we had the soles of the feet together, and we have our knees resting on the cushions. But what we're going to do now is we're going to do the same thing, but we're just going to come down into a reclined butterfly, Supta Baddha. So coming all the way down to the floor, bringing the soles of the feet together, allowing the knees to just fall out, resting the hands on the belly. If you don't want to place the hands on the belly, you can just bring them up overhead, which can feel really nice. Just completely and utterly falling into stillness, falling into this present moment, the only moment that really exists. Be grateful for the gifts that you have in your life, for loved ones. Smooth and steady breaths through the nose. And then just bringing the hands down to the outside of the thighs, bringing the thighs together, removing your cushions. Bringing both knees over to the right and gently rolling up, coming over onto all fours. So on all fours, we're going to make sure that the knees are underneath the hips, the wrists are underneath the shoulders, bending the elbows, opening up the chest. Exhale, curve the spine. Moving into our cat-cows, gently and smoothly. Bend the elbows, inhale, open the chest. Exhale, curve the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come to a flat back. We're just going to slowly come into child's pose one more time. We're going to flow and we're going to come into pigeon pose, and I will talk you through that. So inhale, roll all the way up as you inhale. Bend the elbows, open up the chest. And then as we exhale, curve the spine, tuck the toes, downward face back towards the thighs. We're going to move forward a little. Inhale, we're going to lift the left leg up towards the sky. Try not to hit the wall behind you. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, bring the left knee down. to the left wrist, and then walk the right leg all the way back. So bring the right leg as far back as you can, coming down to the top of the right foot. Your left heel is just below the right hip. See if I can show you how that is. So I walk the right leg all the way back, and then my right hip is just above that right heel, that left heel even. Now if you wish to, you can take a cushion and place it underneath the left hip. And for here, we're just going to stay lifted. So bring both hands down to the floor. We're just going to stay up here for a little while, bringing that right hip down towards the left heel, smooth and steady breaths. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then slowly bringing the left elbow down, the right elbow down, coming down onto the floor. If you're used to this posture and you want to fold all the way over, then by all means you can do that now. Hi, Ray. Smooth and steady breaths. And then if you wish to, so you can stay here, you can stay with your arms lifted, or you can just bring the elbows down and completely fold over that left leg, bringing the right hip down on top of the left heel. So this is a posture where you often meet a lot of resistance. It's quite intense. The hips are releasing lots of emotions. So you may find resistance in this pose. Just breathe through it as much as you can. Obviously, if you at any moment feel pain, come out of the pose. Come back up. And then inhale, slowly making your way up. Bringing the hands in. So tucking the toes of the right foot. I don't know if you'll be able to see me. I'm going to bring these over here. I'll just turn this way. So tucking the toes of the right foot, walking that right leg in, pressing into the hands, lifting the right leg and then coming back into downward facing dog, rooting the heels down. You might notice that the right leg feels slightly longer than the left leg. Smooth and steady breaths, deep breath in through the nose. And a long breath out. One more time, deep breath in. And a long breath out. I'm just going to move this cushion again. So we're going to take the posture on the other side. I'm going to move this way so that you can see that right knee placement. So this time we're going to inhale, lift the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bring the right knee forward, down to the right wrist. And then walk that left foot all the way back, bringing that left knee down, coming to the top of the left foot, bringing that left hip down towards the right heel. And again, if you want to take a cushion and just kind of prop it underneath the right hip and glute, you can. And as before, we'll just keep our hands here. Stay lifted for a little while. And then exhale, bending the elbows, bringing the elbows down to the floor. You need to adjust your support on that a little thicker, I think. If you've got knee issues, that can be quite nice to have a support there. Coming down, bringing that left hip down towards the right heel. And then slowly coming all the way down, resting the forehead onto your forearms. And then slowly bringing the hands down, pressing all the way up, removing the cushion if you've used the cushion. And then tucking the toes of the left foot, lifting that left leg so the knee comes off the floor, and then slowly pressing back into downward facing dog, rooting the heels down towards the floor. Feels so good. Smooth and steady breaths through the nose. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale everything out. Inhale, roll forward, drop the knees. And then we'll come back onto our backs, all the way down, just getting ourselves ready for Shavasana. So before we come into Shavasana, we'll take a twist. Bringing the arms out into a T position. We're going to press into the feet, lift the hips, and come over onto the right side, the outside of the right hip, bringing both knees over to the side. And then we're just going to extend that left leg all the way down, all the way out. Keeping the left shoulder on the floor, keeping the head in the direction of the left hand. And then bending the left leg, bringing it on top of the right, and gently switching sides. So just pressing into the feet, lifting the hips, rolling onto the outside of the left hip, bringing both knees over to the left, turning the head in the direction of the right hand. And then if you wish to, extending that right leg all the way out. Smooth and steady breaths. And then bending the right knee, bringing it back to meet the left, and slowly bringing both knees up towards the sky. So just setting ourselves up for Shavasana. I'm going to give you a couple of options. So we have a blanket. You can roll the blanket up. And then we're going to put the blanket underneath our knees, which can be really nice, so our knees are just kind of elevated and supported. And then we're going to bring the cushion down, and we're going to slowly lay down, just opening up the chest. Bring that down so the cushion's kind of like at the small of the back, and the head should just be able to fall on the floor. And again, you can bring the arms out into a T position or up towards the ceiling if you wish to, or in regular regular Shavasana, just bring them down to the side. It's up to you. We're just opening the chest. Now, if this is uncomfortable to you and you don't want to be in this position, of course, just move the pillow, come straight, lay just flat on the floor. And just surrendering into this moment. Enjoying the ease after the effort as you allow yourself to just completely surrender. Allow yourself to completely let go. I'll just share a quote with you as we fall into Shavasana. This is a quote from the Dalai Lama. There are no need for temples, no need for complicated philosophies. My brain and my heart are my temples. My philosophy is kindness. Such a beautiful quote. I'll read it one more time. There is no need for temples, no need for complicated philosophies. My brain and my heart are my temples. My philosophy is kindness. So you can either stay lying on the floor, exactly where you are. If you want to take a few more moments resting in Shavasana, please do. And if you're ready to slowly come up and close your practice together, then I suggest that you bring the hands down to the floor, just around the hip area on the outside of the onto the mat next to the hips, and then maybe bring the elbows in the middle. Begin to press into the elbows to lift the chest as you're rolling up off the cushion. Gently come up slowly and remove the cushion to wherever you want. Removing the blanket. You don't have to remove the blanket, you can leave the blanket there. And then slowly coming into a comfortable seat. Just dwelling in this moment, resting in this sweet peace and stillness. Knowing that every day has its magic, every day is a little diamond throughout the day somewhere. And holding that diamond in our hearts. I'm grateful for that. And bringing our hands in front of our hearts, and close our practice this evening with an Om, breathing in through the nose. The divine light in me recognizes and bows down to the divine light in all of you. Namaste.